You sound like
Well, I don't know.
You sound like that dude from Megamind.
Who the fuck's in Megamind?
I don't know, bro. It's the blue dude with the big brain energy guy.
I don't know. Who plays him? Let me look it up.
Yeah, look it up. Google him. I'm pretty sure it's a famous dude. Well, he's like famous for the meme though, where he looks into the camera.
Will Ferrell.
I fucking hate Will Ferrell.
Oh my wow.
God damn it.
So you don't like the Elf movie? So what is your least favorite movie? And you can't say Tokyo Drift.
We already went over this last week.
You gotta say it again though.
Disney movies. I hate Disney movies.
Well, you know what? That is interesting to say. Do you hate Disney movies over Fox movies?
Oh, I see what you did there.
I'm getting better at this segue thing. But without further ado, let me introduce us, your host with the most, the farmers that can't grow crops to save their lives. It's the Goonies. And we are missing Goose because Goose is anti-Marvel films. But that Alien movie with the face huggers is coming out soon.
Proboscis, or whatever he calls it.
The proboscis? I thought it was the proboscis, bro.
The herbiscuits.
Probiscuit. Does it remind you of a plumbus from Rick and Morty?
It does, dude.
Just the plumbus attached to your face. But shout out to Aliens because that has Goose hyped. But Goose, shout out to you for letting us geek out over Deadpool. And let me bring in my other Pool brothers. Steve, what it do, baby?
Steve Pool?
Steve Pool. I like that. Would you rather be Muggs Pool or Ryan Pool?
Muggs Pool. Don't drop my government name on here. Shit.
I thought you had too many government names. I don't even know you anymore.
That's not even my OG government name.
That's my third, twice removed.
I got layers, man.
I got layers. Would you prefer like a new first name or a new last name though? I feel like the last name. I feel like last names make it though.
Yeah, but dude, I always thought like McBride was a pretty kick-ass last. Oh fuck. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I mean, Mac Groom. My last name,
Mac Groom. Mac Groom. McLovin, is that you?
Yeah, McLovin. I always like my last name, but hate my first name.
See, I just wish I had a middle name.
Do you have a middle name?
I don't have a middle
name,
bro.
Let's give you one, dude. All right, everyone. Anyone who watches this far in the chats, please give Goon a new middle name. We need a middle name for Goon.
Could you imagine they just like log off at this? This is like 3 minutes in, not even. They're just like, yeah, I have
done.
enough.
Yeah.
Can't do this anymore.
Deadpool? No, I'm all good. No, Goose? No, thank you.
No, thank you. Goose puts us together. Goose is that last puzzle piece that like you smash into the puzzle and you like step away and you're like, yeah, that completes the photo.
He's our dude, the dude with the mustache.
He's our dude with the mustache.
Deadpool's love so much.
Peter,
we just talked about
our
him,
Peter
man.
Pool.
He's our Peter Pool, man.
Goose Pool?
Goose Pool.
Goose Pool. Oh, I'm so glad we get to do this. But yeah, we're going to be talking about the Deadpool movie. Probably one of the greatest movies that will save Marvel. Because, God, Jesus, they needed this, man. They needed this win. Literally the Marvel Jesus.
Literally. Widowy.
Widowy?
Are we going to talk spoilers at all or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%
Okay.
we're talking spoilers.
We don't care about these humans.
Good call.
Yeah, so.
If you made it 4 minutes into the podcast, log off. get out. Skedaddle. But if you don't care about it, stay tuned because do we have some information for you? I think we should just start off with the beginning. That intro, though.
Dude. What's funny is I just saw, so at the end of 2, when they had Celine Dion, he jokes with her and he's like, hey, Celine Dion, can you like dial it down to like a 5? That was way too good. And she's like, no, I only do 10. And then he like goes to the side and he's like, shit, I should have had NSYNC come on for this. So then that was at the very end of Deadpool 2. And then Deadpool 3 starts with bye, bye, bye.
The choreography, 10 out of 10.
Oh, dude. He nailed it.
I'm sorry. Like, that was
absolutely
crazy.
Nailed it.
That was crazy, bro. I was like, damn. Like, I might have to get out here, start moving and shit. I was like, damn. Like, the digging up the corpse, though.
Desecrating it.
But, like, that just gave me so much more, like, insight to Deadpool because I was always kind of, like, gapped in where he was placed in the Marvel timeline. So to know that, like, that's his Wolverine was kind of like, whoa, like,
Well, what's fucked is that it's all fucked because the X-Men universe is already fucked. But that
Right.
Deadpool or that Wolverine doesn't die till like I want to say 2029, and so he could have been going into the future because that does take place in our time. That Deadpool does, Deadpool 3. So that's all kind of weird, but I mean, it's a Deadpool movie. Like you can't get too
But that's
nerdy
what I
on
love about
timelines.
it. The fourth like wall breaking, he didn't care. It just like, and I feel like Steve, maybe you could like touch more on this because you're not really into like the Marvel shit. You don't really rock with Disney, but I feel like you could watch this like as a standalone. Like I really
Oof.
feel like you could kind of just like sit down maybe and just like I don't know, bro. Like I feel like they did so much recapping, so much like going back and kind of just like plugging at the pieces, and you really don't need to know too much about it. Like, do you remember much from Deadpool 2 besides Cable?
I had to rewatch it. We literally were rewatching it right before we were recorded.
But Deadpool 1 is the one thing that I like keep in mind besides like I guess like the teasers and the spoilers at the end of 2, but like the storyline wise, it's like Deadpool's like one of those Marvel movies I could just put on and I just can be like, cool, whatever.
I think you have to at least know the baseline of a lot of Marvel. Well, not a lot, but
Because
to
he's
really
not a part
enjoy.
of our Avengers, so realistically, you don't have to go watch Tony. You don't have to go watch. You don't have to watch them.
No, but you would have no idea who the fuck he was talking to in that scene where he applies for the Avengers if you never watched
I
it.
mean, that's true. That's true.
You
That
have
is
no
true.
idea. You're just like, who is he trying to even talk
But that
to?
throws me off too because is that our happy or is that there?
That's our happy. So he goes to a different, or he multiverse hops because he goes into what that's like 616 or some
Six,
shit like that.
Because he's in like
he's in
1005.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a different like universe.
That's another thing that threw me off with like the bouncing around.
Yeah.
Because it's very brief, and I don't feel like they've touched on it more with his watch. Because if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken, in the beginning he had like the cool like basically
it's
like
only-
King the Conqueror kind of thing.
Well, it's Cable's watch from 2 is what he has.
Okay, see?
And so he was able to time because he goes back and fixes and then fucks up a bunch of shit in time. But what's interesting is that like fuck, I lost my train of thought. I don't know. But to go back to what you were saying, like I don't think you need to know a lot of Marvel movies, but I think you get more out of it if you were a Marvel fan pre MCU. Because
Yes.
this is way more of a
We're
Fox
gonna-
Marvel movie than an MCU
Yeah.
movie.
We're gonna talk more about that because I think that's where, as a fan, my uncle used to watch X-Men all the time, like Halle Berry, Storm, like Rogue.
Oh, I've seen
like,
all those. I've watched all of those.
But
Yeah.
that's where I think it resonated more for me, like
Same.
because like that was like seeing Hugh come back. I was like, bro, like what? Like we're getting him. Like this is what's just happening.
Dude, and he announced his retirement to Wolverine 10, like, I want to say like 10 days or something before Deadpool came out. And then he saw Deadpool and he was like, fuck.
Bro, it's the perfect mashup, though. And I just think, like, we're still in the beginning, obviously, but I just think, like, how they presented it just was so perfect. And it wasn't, like, wasn't overly done. I love how Deadpool kind of story tells with, like, going back, but not being, like, too, like, time, I guess, flashy or whatever. Like, I feel like they do a bad time storytelling when they do, like, time flashes and flashbacks and everything. This was just, like, a brief, like, this is what happened. You get the premise of what's going on, and then we just go back to just a slaughter of the TSA agents, bro. Like
Oh, yeah.
the amount of like gore, but it's like action gore, and it's so good.
The worst was when he had one claw in one dude's ass and the other
Bro,
claw
just
in the
human-
dude's crotch and was going back and fucking forth trying to get unstuck. And they were just, dude. Like, and I thought, man, I was at the beginning, I was like, okay, so this is what Disney's going to allow to push through is just like, look how bloody it is. Look, Disney's cool. I didn't think they were going to get half of the jokes through that they did.
Bro,
But that set me up to think like, okay, Disney's just copping out by letting him be as gory as he wants. Because man, that is one of the gorier out of all the Deadpools. That's
Yes.
I think the goriest scene is.
I thought one
the
was kind of
opening.
crazy, especially with like a lot of the crotch shots and everything like that.
True.
2, I think it was good. I think maybe they might have scaled it down a tad, maybe.
was more like story and just
Yeah.
smaller fights and smaller things going on in 2.
But 3, they were like, we are going back to our roots and we don't care, and that works for him.
Bro, he slaughtered like fucking 20 or so fucking, at least 20 fucking TSA agents in the first like 10 minutes, man. And just in like, the worst one was when he had the fucking big bone and he slams it into a crotch.
Oh
and then
my
he
God, and
slides his hand down the fucking bone, dude. What the fuck?
I think they outdid themselves. It's like, for especially like an opening scene to like catch an audience attention, it was perfect. Music on point, action on point, and then you still got that whole like going into like I don't even know the British dude's name. What was it? Something worldly.
Paradox.
Yeah,
Paradox, yeah.
like a Yu-Gi-Oh villain. Bro was like, I love how he promised him like, yo, like obviously the whole higher purpose thing, Thor crying, you know that.
Dude,
you know,
I wanted to see that so bad in this movie, dude. I wanted to see that so bad.
I hope that gives us something to look forward to in another one, though, because like,
but he's
they're
still
not
in,
gonna
though,
do that
technically.
and not come back to it, dude. That was fucking and him throughout the movie, not to like go too far into it, but like throughout the movie, he wakes up being like, "God of Thunder," and
Yeah.
like, and then for them not to follow through on it, I was just like, "Damn it, we're not getting anything about the fucking Thor." Like shit.
And
Dude, I was
people don't
waiting.
bro. I know people don't like Love and Thunder, but like I feel like, was it Chris Hemsworth?
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth.
I think
is fucking
I
funny
think
as shit.
him and Ryan together, bro.
Oh my god, dude,
That
that would
might
be
be
so
it.
good.
That might be the comedy we need right there. And I think that would just be something that like Deadpool as its own franchise, I guess realistically, or its own like movie kind of standalone film is just like handling better than what Marvel does as a whole.
Well, they're allowed to do anything they want with Deadpool because it's like that cartoon like verse
Right.
shit, like, and that's how it is in the comics too. Is like Deadpool's killed the whole entire fucking Marvel.
Okay, Devil
He's
killed
killed
the
the
Marvel
Avengers.
universe,
He's
yep.
killed all the fucking X-Men. Like, you can do whatever you want with that character, and like, I mean, they've tried to kill him. I mean, the last 2 movies they had these like, oh, he's gonna die. I'm like, no, he's fucking not. Like, we're not.
I mean,
getting rid of
he's
fucking
literally
Deadpool.
like, I mean, if we go comic mode, like he's like in love with death. Like his whole
Yeah.
goal is to legitimately like be with death, and he can't.
Want to die. He just wants
Yeah.
to die. Like,
Because the Deadpool character is so like layered. Like it's so like you think you uncovered one thing, it's a different one, and it's a different one, and I just think that's like obviously you can compare more like to Joker's, I guess, too, like at the DC side of things, like that layered character. But Deadpool does it so well. The fourth wall breaking just fits it, and I just love him as a character, bro.
well, and the reason why he's like legitimately insane in the comics is because he can still feel pain. Like, he can still feel the cancer in his body, like killing him, eating him alive. Like, so he's stuck in this like it drove him fucking insane, which is why he's like so fucked up in the comics versus, I mean, in the movies he's pretty fucked up, but he's more just a smartass. But in
Right.
the comics, like, you have not just the fourth wall break, but then he also has like another voice going on in
Yep.
the comics.
It's
And,
like constant narrations going on, and that's what I
Mm-hmm.
love about it, because you see the bubbles. I think if I'm not mistaken, the bubbles might be different colors or different shapes to
Mm-hmm. And
show which
fonts, I think,
personality.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I love that like show of it. What did you think about the multiple like Wolverine hopping?
I thought it was hilarious.
Dude, fucking Cavill, and then he talks so much shit on fucking DCU. Like, we treat you so much better over here. Like, that was fucking good, dude.
Heard a gas, bro. Movie theater was just insane. I mean, we gotta talk about our experience in the movie theaters one, because I haven't been in like such a long time.
Mine was so boring, dude.
Bro,
Really?
there was like, I mean, I went on like a Thursday, so it was pretty quiet, but there was like a couple heads in there. It was based in a mall though, so like I think that's
Same.
really what it was, like that mall traffic kind of
Same,
coming in and
yeah.
out. But this movie, I missed the experience and the atmosphere, but definitely
Well-
back when we were like back in the day, man,
Dude.
insane,
Endgame, like,
bro.
holy shit, dude. People were fucking both Endgame and
Civil War, dude.
Civil War was crazy.
yeah, Civil War, like, people were cheering, dude, like, not to jump too much, there's like I mean, I don't know if we'll get to it, but like at the end of the fucking like one of the final fight scenes, something so cool happens to Wolverine, and I was like,
Listen, we're gonna get there.
why
We're
isn't
gonna get
anybody
there.
fucking cheering right now? And like Nikki and I laughed at like, oh god, a fucking government name dropped my wife. But dude, my wife and I like there was so many jokes that we laughed at that nobody else did. It was like kind of.
But that's the thing, though. It kind of shows you: are they going for like, I guess, the character or the actor, almost? You know, like, and I think this kind of like divides a lot of people because like, I love Hugh Jackman and what's my man in the musical, bro? Don't let me down
The
here.
Music Man.
The Music Man. Like a lot of people were going to see him for that, and they played I think one of his songs, if I'm not mistaken, from that
The Greatest
show.
Showman.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
Greatest
that's
Showman.
it, the Greatest Showman. Yep. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they played it in the
Wasn't
car
it-
for like a split second. Whenever, and then the radio gets smashes. It's in their car fight,
Oh,
and it
that's
starts playing
right.
his song that he sings in it, and it smashes the radio and it breaks it as soon as it starts playing.
Fuck, dude, and then the fucking no. I'm just I'll go. All
Don't
over the
don't worry.
place.
I'm trying to keep. Listen, I barely have a memory of it, but I feel like I'm keeping us paced. I feel
Well,
like
one-
I feel like I'm going pretty good.
One thing before, because what we're at, like where he gets into the TVA. The one thing I really didn't like about this is that they very much glossed over his whole story arc at the beginning.
Yes.
It was like, oh, okay, so he breaks up, like, so he's not with his girlfriend anymore because his girlfriend doesn't think that he has purpose, and like,
Yeah, like
They just
that's
kind
what
of, like-
threw me off.
I
Like
hated that, dude.
I
That's
feel
like,
like they had him like chasing something that was empty almost. Like I feel like you're protecting your timeline, which is okay. Like
That's
know,
cool.
makes sense.
yes,
But you got dropped from the Avengers, and you or not dropped, or like you didn't get picked up, so I guess so to speak. So it's like you're just like, I can't do this anymore. Like I get it. Like I guess the purpose of a hero, like what is my purpose? Like that whole thing. And Deadpool as a character is like
He's not a hero though.
he's an anti-hero if I'm not mistaken, right? Like he's literally.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's we're going off comic book Deadpool. Like this is like
well, and
he's
they
been a hero almost in every. Besides the first one, I feel the first one this was just like Deadpool doing Deadpool things. The first movie, maybe the second one I would say he was a hero with the team up of like Colossus and
Yeah.
the kid.
yeah, Negasonic, and then
Yeah.
Well, he
whatever.
formed the X-Force in the second movie.
Right, because he wanted to find purpose, and he had that little the other kid too. The I think it was a not Pyro kid, but
yeah.
Fire Fist.
Firefit. Yep.
Well, and that's
Stupid.
what
Where the fuck did he go, bro?
I know, dude, and that's what kind of bummed me out is like, and Cable too. Like they didn't really, not that like we needed
Well, Cable
it,
went
but
back, didn't he?
well, I don't know. He had to watch, didn't he?
That's the thing.
Oh.
That's the thing. There's too many like not gaps, but like I guess like unturned stones, so to speak. Like you just don't like you kind of just leave it there, and you're just like, oh, okay. Because even we were talking about it, like if you notice the background of when he was in the interview with Happy, you have the Iron Man suit, you have the daughter's helmet. Like there's too many
Shield.
things that are the shield. Like it's like where is this? Where are you being placed right now?
Dude,
That was in 2018, I think.
yeah.
Whenever he
It was-
applied for that.
It was right before the snap, so all the
Okay.
Avengers were still like there and present. But what's cool is like they've teased, so not to get super nerdy, but that helmet was actually the kid's helmet from Iron Man 2, where he holds his hand up, and then behind it is a picture of him and Spider-Man, but they don't show it because he doesn't have the rights. But they've said that in Iron Man 2, that kid that
That
holds
was
up,
Spider-Man.
that
Yeah,
was
Spider-Man.
and
That
that
was
just
Spider-Man.
then seals the deal because then he has that helmet next to a picture of Peter Parker with Iron Man. So
All right, since we're talking about Spider-Man, all right, we're talking about the Wolverine hop. He finds the Wolverine, quote unquote, the worst Wolverine, whatever, right? I want to talk about the Spider-Man shots that we got in the car ride. Stop that. Which Spider-Man would you like him to team up with? And who do you think it would
a
be?
new one. I would want a totally
Yeah.
You want a whole completely new
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
But dude, that's what I love this movie. But like that's the big one in the comic is the team up is Spider-Man,
Right,
and
because they
Deadpool.
always are like getting confused sometimes. Deadpool
Yeah.
always getting confused to Spider-Man. What Tom Holland's basically done at this point. I feel like what he has maybe one more movie by himself.
I don't
'Cause they
know,
had him
man.
with the new
People
suit
love
at the
him.
ending.
People
Yeah, but,
love
like,
him as Spider-Man.
He's
He's
a
like kind of
moneymaker.
the face of Spider-Man, you know? I mean,
yeah.
How many movies has Spider-Man had? 3 standalones.
Civil
and then he
War
had
and 2 well, 3 Avengers. So like Civil War, and then the Endgame, and why can't I think of the sequel to Endgame? Anyways,
I know what you're talking about. But that's the thing. Like, I mean, now we're gonna talk about it. I mean, we can talk about it now. It doesn't matter. But of course, we find out after the Deadpool movie, Doctor Doom.
Robert
Bro.
Downey. Well, dude. They just want to make money at this point, which is fine, dude. No big deal. Like, and they're gonna have flops, but they're gonna use, like Steve was saying, faces. Like, that's why they brought Robert Downey Jr. back to do fucking Doctor Doom, and it's not gonna be the Doctor Doom. I believe.
No,
I think it's gonna be
like
a
variant
one-off
or something. But that's what happened in the comics. They were saying there's a variant of Doctor Doom that is Tony Stark.
But I
Yeah,
don't think
well,
he'll
they
be-
switch bodies and shit like that. I'm not really big into comic books, but yeah, I seen that after, and Goose sent that in the chat, and I was like, what the hell?
But that's the thing, though. It's like, what would be the like? Would it be cool to see Doctor Doom versus Spider-Man? Tom Holland not be able to be like. I mean, it's just like there's too many like Marvel elements. I feel that they throw in there, but like
think about it.
because what we get Secret War now. Secret War is going to be a mashup of everything. So you're going to have Doctor Doom versing them. I think
Dude.
you're going to maybe that's where we get the end of Tom Holland almost in a sense because that's 2027, 28. I don't know. It might be. I think I think Doctor Doom is 28 if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that would be kind of wild though to have our Peter or Tom Holland as Peter fight that version of Doom,
Because he's
dude,
not gonna
and
be able to
like.
handle
That's what I was just going through my
And
head.
he wouldn't
dude.
even and it wouldn't even like the character playing Doctor Doom or whatever, whoever
Wouldn't even know.
wouldn't know.
Wouldn't
Yeah, I
care.
mean,
He wouldn't care.
It would be like
Yeah.
in Guardians how they had to like a new
Oh,
Gamora,
yep.
and like they didn't have that
Yeah.
same connection, and that Gamora didn't give a shit about him, but like they're like, and you know, they love her.
You're welcome. Gooing in his claws, coming up with conspiracy theories.
That'll be cool, man.
maybe that'll be how Deadpool and Spider-Man team up.
But that's the
that
thing.
would be fucking fun as
Especially-
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How would you feel if it was Miles in Deadpool though? Because you were still waiting for, I guess, our Miles Morales, like I guess like the live action to be picked or make an appearance or whatever the case may be. And with obviously how the Spider-Verse is a hit, it's a banger, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
dude?
Do you
I
think they'll
can't
make
wait
a
for
live
that one.
action to him?
they're gonna
Oh, I
have
think
to
they'll
put Miles
eventually.
in. They've
They'll
hinted to
eventually.
him.
Well, he's
I didn't know that.
technically he's in, so because Childish was his uncle in
Mm-hmm.
2, who is the Prowler, and he shows up in the second Spider-Verse movie as the Prowler in the
If I'm not mistaken, if it's, I think it's in one of the, I think it's like a European edition, but at the end credits, they get like a prolonged scene with Peter, and you hear like I think his upstairs neighbor yelling at like the son, and it's like Miles, I need you to
Oh
relax.
no shit!
So you have to look for it. It's like one of those deep like cut things, but it's in one of the European editions.
I fucking
And it comes
love
up in the
Miles,
subtitles.
dude. And it's even cooler that Miles came about because Childish came. Well, I shouldn't say Childish, but because of.
But he was gonna be
Danny Gar-
Spider-Man though.
Yeah.
That was gonna be his whole thing.
But they said there could be a black Spider-Man, so then somebody made fucking Miles Morales. It was like,
Bro.
now there's a black Spider-Man. Fucking suck it up.
Oh my god, bro, we're getting sorry. So we're
Sorry,
getting.
yeah,
I know
dude,
we just
I'll fucking
sidetracked.
go.
Sorry guys.
This
We
is
are-
my fucking Super Bowl right now, man. I'm fucking hype.
But back on our Deadpool wave, obviously, it's like I love because we were gonna talk about Honda Odyssey's fuck. You already know the vibes. Listen, I'm standing by the Honda Odyssey, dog. Off rip. How do you feel about the dynamic between the Wolverine, the worst Wolverine, and I would say like this would be like what the worst Deadpool, right? This Deadpool didn't have any like crazy accomplishments. Like if we compare him to like other ones, or it's just like I guess the main Deadpool too. That's another thing.
What does he say? Deadpool Prime?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
Deadpool Prime. Like you know what I mean. So like, I feel like maybe our Deadpool might be like the quote unquote real Deadpool or like the Prime Deadpool, but it's the achievements don't stack up to what I feel other Deadpools did.
Yeah. Well, he's better
Like,
than
I don't know. We don't know I don't know our Deadpool's like lore just based off of the movies wise. So like that's where I put him, and I think it's cool to see like two underdogs just trying to like survive.
I think in that moment, yeah. But dude, I was honestly shocked at how much I loved their relationship. I thought it was going to be way worse. Like I was kind of going into it like this feels very gimmicky, but I'm still here for it. But I left like that was like way like their relationship was way more fun to watch than.
This reminded me more, and like just hear me out on this, but he wasn't the Wolverine from the old X-Men. This reminded me of the comic book Wolverine with that suit.
100%.
The way it was he didn't speak much. When he spoke,
Bub.
it was very like, yep, like the bub was like the key thing for me. And it was, I wish he had a cigar. If he had the cigar, that would have been chef's kiss. That would have been the chef's kiss to the whole character to me. But it was just cool to see, like, that's the Wolverine that interacts the best with him. I don't think he would have been good with our Wolverine that was, like, the 2099 one that experienced everything and, like, learned the meaning of hero and, like, all family. Like, this Wolverine walked away from all that. He was drinking, getting lit, and everyone was dead when he came back.
Well, in Logan, did you guys watch Logan?
Yeah.
Parts of it. I put it on. I just wasn't that invested in it, though.
Logan was kind of still a piece of shit towards the end, but like he was, I think Matt, like you said, he kind of found the hero niche, even though he didn't really want to be a hero,
Right.
But he was like taking care of Charles Xavier, like he was doing shit, but yeah, and it's funny because they kept calling him the worst Wolverine, but like even in our world, what we've seen, that is. For me personally,
he's technically the best
best
Wolverine.
And just as far as like character wise and I think that was some of his best acting as Wolverine. Like,
true.
It was the coolest fucking action we've seen from Wolverine, and it was like way more comic accurate, which is fun. I mean, whatever.
That's the thing.
Even
I
going
base
off
it
comic
off of
is
that.
fun, but like seeing on comic, like on the screen, dude, was so much fucking fun, dude. It was.
But that's the thing. I know it's silly to say, but the suit is what captured me the most. That Wolverine is a Wolverine like I remember key part of the X-Men, which I think means he was with the X-Men for a while. I don't think it was one of those like how like if you remember the old film themes, how he was like always that Wolverine was always in and out. He never stayed at the compound.
Yeah,
he was
never...
always he left. Renegade Wolverine. This one was always there. That means he probably had like a better relationship with everyone else, Cyclops and everyone.
It sounded like they had the love triangle in this one too. He had made some comment about Jean and
Cyclops, yeah.
But they
I
said
think
they
he was
always
talking about
wanted him to
whenever
wear
they
the suit
died.
too. Yep.
Yeah. But he said something else that hinted towards the love triangle, and there really wasn't a whole. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen the X-Men movies, but there wasn't a whole lot of love. I guess there was.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was-
100%.
it was more
Especially by I
effective.
think the third one.
The third one
I think
was crazy.
It was
She was
whenever
basically-
she
was
turned
killed.
into she turned into Phoenix, and the love triangle was very prominent in that movie.
Okay. It's been a minute. Okay, cool.
I think he had to take her out if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because he was
Yes.
he kept regenerating, walking towards her and shit. Now I'll watch all those, man.
Listen, the CGI was bad, but
heart was
sometimes
there.
it was like for the time period it hit.
Dude, for real.
And speaking of CGI, Deadpool's chef's kiss.
Dude, dude, oh my god. And then, alright, so since we're kind of right here, and this goes into CGI, but motherfucking Chris Evans showing up, and I feel bad because I was sitting next to my wife, and as soon as he showed up and you saw us Chris Evans, I leaned over and I was like, he's gonna be Johnny Storm, dude.
Yep, it's
And
not
then
gonna be Cap.
They're hitting towards Cap, and
I thought it was Cap, dude.
Johnny
I was so
Storm, dude.
sad. I was like,
Bro,
God damn it.
I was happy it wasn't Cap.
hilarious. It was,
It was
Johnny
funny as
Storm,
fuck,
though.
yes.
It was like
hilarious.
the perfect, like, it was finally almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that Johnny Storm character was, like, lost in, like, the mix, bro. Like, the accent, the attitude, the I'm better than you at everything. That was him, bro.
They needed Ghost Rider. They needed Nicolas Cage to pop
my
up,
If they would
dude.
have had Nicolas Cage
I
pop
would've
up, that would
came.
have been too, bro.
Dude,
I would have
They
cried.
between-
they
would've cried
missed
right
that
there.
because that would have been
I like Ghost
perfect,
Rider,
bro.
bro. I don't listen. I know it missed a lot of people, but I liked it, bro.
Well, dude, I liked it too because he liked it. Nicolas Cage,
Yeah.
like they
Bro,
legit.
he put his heart into his like
He-
that was it.
It was all his costumes. They didn't have a costume department. He already had all the shit for fucking Ghost Rider, dude. Like,
He had the cycle with the listen when him and the old guy ghosted up one last time with the horse, bro, and they're riding in. Listen, they need to bring Ghost Rider back into the MCU. That would be clean to see Ghost Rider come back. And you tie everything together. There's so many Spider-Man like characters that like tie in together. They even mentioned Daredevil If I'm not mistaken, they mentioned Daredevil.
Like, with Electropro. Dude, I was crying. I honestly thought that they were going to bring him in. And like that scene, I thought it was going to be Elektra, him, and then when fucking Gambit was Channing Tatum, dude.
So who hyped it up more for you, Blade or Gambit?
Blade was
I
hype,
think
bro.
seeing Blade, I saw Blade, I was like, ain't no way Wesley back in here, bro.
I couldn't believe how small he is now. I was like,
Bro,
what the
he
fuck?
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
old
like,
though.
I mean,
Yeah.
but he looked good for being like the character of Blade. Cause seeing it, I still like it gave me like, okay, Blade, old Blade, but Blade.
Well, what's crazy is that
Blade.
there's interviews with Ryan Reynolds because he was in Blade 3. And Ryan Reynolds talked about how much Wesley Snipes hated him because he was such
he
a
was like, I'm never doing a movie
wisecracker.
with him again. He was like,
Yeah.
I would never work with him again. And to
how-
see them,
Yeah, that is even more impressive. But I mean, it's like he keeps joking through all the Deadpool movies, like a big old sack of Marvel cash will bring anybody back, dude. Dude, no, fucking Gambit.
Gambit.
I love Blade, seeing Blade there, that was fun, but Gambit has been my favorite X-Men since I was a
lot
fucking
of people
kid.
talk about that.
And he was comic accurate, and then the way
action
they were
was
having
good.
him
All right.
talk when he was when he showed up to the fight, I thought they were gonna kill him off because he kept talking. But dude, his fighting in there, just see
Accurate.
fucking comic accurate fucking
The
Gambit
cards.
on the screen, dude, just kicking ass. Oh my god, dude, I want to go back and watch again. It was so much fucking fun, dude.
I thought
think
for
they did
sure
good
he
with
was
him.
going to step off and just get blasted right in the face. I thought,
100%.
I thought, like, as soon as they got out, I thought they were all going to get killed except for was there X-20? Yeah, I thought she was going to be the only one that lived out of all of them. Honestly, I'm like, there's no shot that they're going to live. And,
Well, especially Channing, because he was coming out being he was saying all this robust shit and how he's gonna fucking kick ass and all this, and I was like, he's dead, dude. Right away, he's dead.
He's already saying, "What do you say, Mom? I don't know who my daddy is, but if I did."
dude,
He was so fucking good, dude. I mean, it was cool seeing all. I mean, that was a perfect mix of seeing people from the past, and then
It was so good, bro.
And I wonder if he ever got. Didn't look it up, but if he ever was supposed to play Gambit at some point. And
that's the thing too. You know, a lot of these things fall through with a lot of these actors, bro. A lot of these, and they get replaced in a heartbeat. They talk about it like, "Yo, I was supposed to be this guy, but they replaced me last minute." I know people probably would have not liked it, but I would have loved to see the first Hulk. Remember the first Hulk guy who basically just disappeared out of nowhere from the first Hulk movie, bro?
if he would have showed up, that would have
That would have been just a comic release for me because I liked the first Hulk movie. It wasn't
It looks
crazy.
like a comic. It's crazy.
Yeah. I thought they were gonna run with it, and then obviously they recast and everything like that. But it would have been funny to see just all the we could have did it, but something happened. Come back, man. That would have been funny to see, man.
well, you never know with going forward with what we're going to see
True.
with Deadpool. I honestly, I thought Guardians and Deadpool carry Marvel, in my personal opinion. But
Now,
They have been for a while now, bro. And I'm gonna say it now. Moon Knight. Listen, probably one of the hardest hitting ones out of their Marvel series shows kind of thing. I
Loki
recommend
was
Moon Knight all the time.
Loki was great.
Yeah.
Loki is the bro. That is a chef's kiss of a series, bro. And to see the fruits of Loki basically push Deadpool to the next level.
Dude,
is
having the TVA
insane.
in it was fun for
That
'cause
was
I
that was
I
the
love the
thing.
TVA. Yeah,
It
that
would
was
have been
fun.
really cool to see some cameos from that too. Even if it was Loki was walked by in the background and we seen
Right.
Loki and what's his face walk by, you know what I mean? Owen
I just
Wilson.
wish we would have
Oh, yeah.
saw
You know what I
Loki
mean?
just sitting on a
Mobius.
throne, just watching.
Well,
I
dude,
wish Loki would have just give me one more Loki scene, bro.
I think he's gonna show up in Secret Wars.
He's anchor now.
yeah.
I'm sorry, if we're gonna be real, it's gonna be Deadpool, Loki, and Guardians are the anchors right now. Because I think what they wanted to have, rest in peace, Chad, the GOAT.
Oh,
They wanted
dude.
Black Panther to be one of the anchors. They wanted it to be Spider-Man and Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken. But now I don't know what Spider-Man's future is gonna hold.
I would say that Spider-Man's probably an anchor too, though. People love
But
the
isn't
Spider-Man
the whole thing
movies.
with Sony though? It's they still share
Yeah.
the rights with them,
But
or
dude,
they're whatever the case is.
Especially with this, and if they're starting to tighten their shit back up and not spread themselves so thin with Marvel. So if they keep doing that, they're gonna be able to throw fucking money. And Sony, I think it's ending soon or something, but because they're putting all these fucking stupid ass fucking like Madam Web and Venom and all these other
pushing them out. Speaking of Venom, did you guys see the trailer for The Last Dance?
Yeah.
Did they show it at yours?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Really? They showed it at mine. I think this is going to be how Sony's going to be done. Like you said, I feel like they're just getting all their Spider-Man stuff out. I think they're just pushing.
Well, they got Craven and something else coming from.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got Craven coming too.
Listen, I'm sorry, but Sony's been slacking, bro. Wasn't Mobius the vampire dude, right?
Yeah.
That was not like they just need. I know Marvel, we talk about them, but they just do better with their heroes.
Well,
like,
and I
Disney
saw somebody
is just doing what they do.
And dude, even with Marvel's decline, their worst fucking movies are better than most studios.
I'm sorry.
Like, you know,
look at DC
good
still.
tries. Yeah, exactly.
Look at DC still, bro.
Like, I'm sorry. I personally, I didn't mind the Marvels. I can see why people hated it, but
I
like,
think it was pretty alright.
the Marvels, the Marvels was better than most fucking. This may be controversial, but most fucking DC movies like that have come out. Aside from like the good ones, like the Batman and Joker, but like,
that's going back though. You know what I mean? Like comparing it to like the time period of release, like we have to use old DC movies to compare to to new Marvel movies, and then our old Marvel movie still blows out of the water.
Dude, I got that Robert Pattinson Batman, dude. That's so good, man.
Banger, bro.
That is so good.
But how long has it been though since they had a banger? Since Rob Pattinson, what, like Superman versus Batman?
The Joker. Yeah.
The Joker.
Well, which one we're talking about though? We're talking about the Joker with him dancing on the staircase, or
I don't think. What is it? The Two Fools, whatever it is in French, the new Joker. I don't think that's gonna do well.
I think it will.
Lady Gaga.
I think because it's gonna be a musical. I don't think it will do as well.
A musical?
As the
if it's a musical, I think it's gonna not resonate.
I think
with
it's
a lot
gonna
of
kill.
people.
I think it's gonna kill, dude. Watch.
I know I'm gonna watch it because I love fucking Lady Gaga, dude. I'm
watching it more for her than my man Joaquin Phoenix this time.
Bro, I can't do the laugh, man. But that's what makes it good. Is like, but dude, he's like all in pain when he does it. Oh my god.
We already know who the best Joker was. We already know who the best Joker was. People are probably hating us, but we already know who the best Joker was.
Jared Leto.
We gotta go back. Let's get us back in Deadpool. Pool Land.
What was your favorite fight scene? I'm gonna say Honda Odyssey.
Dude, that was so good.
There was a lot of good fight scenes. There was a lot. But Honda Odyssey, because I think it was just
creative,
malicious pain. Like you just saw, they just kept stabbing each other, bro. And like it was in a small environment.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm big on choreography. You know, I love posing. That was it must have been crazy for the choreographers to just plan that out, and just the seatbelt movements, all that was insane, bro.
Very cool.
And like you said, the music
and going in and out, like how he kept getting kicked out or thrown back in, like
Deadpool got his arm broke. Yeah, he gets thrown out. It like snaps back in place. It was just so,
dude. Desert. Like when they first get into the void and it's Deadpool versus Wolverine and they're just fighting, dude, and he starts running like a fucking animal,
CGI
bro. I was like,
with peak.
Dude, and then
that
just
was
the
my favorite fight
in the background too. Like, oh, it was so cool, dude.
It was fucking crazy. Like, I have to say this was, if not my favorite Deadpool movie. Like, I love the first one. I love the second one. I think the second one is not as good as the other three. The third one though it's like 1 and 3 are like here, but I gotta, dude.
3's just got, it's more well rounded on everything.
It has everything, bro.
The thing that really got me about 3, and I know we had talked briefly on the theater experience. My theater was not quiet for more than like 2 to 5 minutes at a time because there was just one-liner after one-liner after one-liner after cool event after one-liner after one-liner, like cool event. Like, it was so engaging constantly. It was like instant, like dopamine hit, dopamine hit. Like, it was like, holy shit, dude.
Like, I missed shit because I was laughing or being like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I have to go back. Like, I have to go back. And watch
I'm
it.
watching it again right after this. We had Evelyn watch Deadpool 1 and 2.
Nice.
Probably not a great thing to do.
No, we took
but...
Kingsley to
Did
right.
you? I think
we got her all caught up, and we took our kiddo to fucking Deadpool.
This is like an experience where I feel like this could. I'm sorry, I know this might be giddy, but this is like one of those movies where like a kid could watch this and like be like, oh, like this is like this is one of my favorite movies, or this is like an experience for me, or like,
well,
it's like it's good, bro. It's not like a bad movie.
If you give some context, it's a fun R-rated movie for kids.
Yes.
Like if you,
Yeah.
the shitty thing is like the only bad thing, honestly, is like the sex jokes, and most kids it kind of goes over their head. But
like I feel like this is like the SpongeBob equivalent to us. Like we were watching SpongeBob and like they were saying things and we were just like, yay, Patrick Star, and our parents were like, oh my god, like did they just raise a child together? Like what is going on here?
Dude, my favorite joke of that movie was the fucking I don't have vaginal sex often.
dude, or the fucking
dude.
I was an anal birth. Dude, what?
It's so good.
Bro,
My favorite fights. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go give a fight scene.
Dude, like both of those are fucking good, and I think they're better than what I'll say. But just for the sense of like, when fucking Wolverine put his goddamn fucking cowl on, I was
bro.
I was waiting for
you to bring it.
That wasn't the best fight scene of the movie, but just when he put that fucking cowl on, I was like, dude, it is like, let's fucking go, dude.
I think that was more for Deadpool fans. Like I feel like you see all the like you saw all the Deadpools come out. The first off, when I didn't even know he had it, bro. He just pulled up.
No, dude, it was like, what's the aerodynamics on those blowjob handles?
Yeah.
Like, fuck,
bro. I'm sorry. We didn't even talk about
dude.
the best lady of the show, Mary Poppins, bro.
Oh, I hate it.
Fucking dude. Okay,
I hated that fucking thing.
That dog is ugly as sin. But what
that
is
dog
up with
brought
the
about beauty though? Nice Pool.
Yeah, is that a real thing?
Can we not talk about bro? Nice Pool's real, if I'm not mistaken,
dude. Does he not really have regenerative in the comics too, or does he?
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Oh my god,
bro. First off, my man hit us with the best one-liner, the proposal. Those who knew, bro, I was losing it, bro.
I didn't.
Yeah,
bro,
I think
that was one of Ryan Reynolds' like oldest like movies, bro. Like that's one of his like back, bro, like rom-com kind of thing.
Van Milder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude, that was funny.
Me, dude.
So it was good.
Okay, I've never seen that. So,
bro, trust me, you should watch it. I think you would get a kick. I think Sandra Bullock's in it, if I'm not mistaken. He fakes like a whole. The whole Family Guy makes a big joke about it too. They were like, "Oh, all we have is a proposal to rent," and you see like Ryan Reynolds like proposing to Sandra Bullock. But there's like a whole. Watch it. You should do it. You're welcome. Nice Pool, great addition. Dogpool, I know people didn't like it. I liked it for Deadpool's character. I mean, it was just him being like giddy. Like I think it was just like emphasizing more on how Deadpool is just like a child, basically, in a sense. Like,
ooh, well, it brings you back to like the Voltron ring shit. When he's, that like weird personality trope of him just being like.
They stray away from that. Like they give him like a serious, I need to be a hero. I gotta provide for my girlfriend and save my friends. But like, remember when he was like jamming out in the taxi with the taxi driver in the first one, just like being like just not caring,
like
bro.
Drawing shitty little pictures while he's waiting. Yeah.
Whenever he kidnapped that dude in the first movie, he had him in the trunk, and Colossus is like. He's like trying to act like he didn't tell him to do all that shit, and then he's like, "Kill him, kidnap her."
I like that Deadpool, dude. Bro. I love that like just sinister side of him, bro, because it's just like a child.
It's cool to see the character development of him, though, and I mean, it's pretty like. Luckily, it's not like a huge pill to swallow, which makes it more fun. But like, it is kind of cool to see this Deadpool like care a little bit more about shit around him. But he's still like, to be honest, like he's a piece of shit. And I never mentioned this when I brought up Johnny Flame, but that's one of the coolest and most fucked up pieces of fucking CGI is when that fucking chick rips all of his fucking skin off.
I wanted to bring up the ladies at the end because I wanted to give more light because people thought but his wife was going to be like a big like thing. They were like, oh, bro, I don't want her to be like a big deal. But she just was Lady Pool.
Yeah. She spoiled it for everyone, but it doesn't really. I don't think it really matters.
But I don't think she was gonna play like a crazy role. People were gassing it up like it was gonna be like a team up kind of thing, and it was just.
Yeah. Well, and everybody was thinking it might be Taylor Swift, or Taylor Swift might show up in it because they're all friends apparently.
I was like, man,
that would have been funny though.
Well, Dazzler is a like pop star in the X-Men, and it would as much as I think Taylor Swift is mid, like it would be cool as shit to see her as she would be perfect fucking Dazzler,
right? Just like the image and everything.
Mm-hmm. But what was I gonna fucking say? I forgot.
How did you feel about? I wouldn't say the villain. I guess the villain was Paradox, but it was also Xavier's sister.
Cassandra Nova.
Is she in another movie?
Well,
something?
She's that chick that's like, she was a meme for a minute where she was like, if you're gonna stop me, you're gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah, but like, where did that character come from? Is that from?
Oh, she's from the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she wasn't in any Marvel movies or any 20th century movies or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I think they were just pulling. Low-key, hear me. I know.
Because that confused me. Because I'm like, I must have missed something because I don't know who this is or canceled.
I thought that was the chick from the Doctor Strange.
Me too. At first,
not ancient one. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I thought it was her at first too.
Right?
I was
like, how is that happening? Like, what? But like, it was cool to see the mutant side of things. This was, I feel, more mutant heavy. My boy Pyro came back. Shout out to Pyro and Toad.
Ton of them, dude. And then the red Nightcrawler.
Oh, yep.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
Even Sabretooth came back. We forgot to bring him up.
Sabretooth.
Got
the whole
finally.
Ferosa bullshit, dude. That was so good.
But you know what's funny, and that's what I love about our Wolverine now is what I'll claim him as, because the Wolverine back then, that old X-Men, always lost to Sabretooth.
Yeah.
He always got his ass whooped to Sabretooth, bro. He could never beat him because Sabretooth was always like better than that Wolverine. Like, that was like the perfect species or whatever. But then our comic book Wolverine handled him.
Yeah, and I think the other Wolverine was trying to find a little bit more humanity. I feel like this Wolverine had lost all like humanity because he said he'd even killed like good humans.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah.
So it was kind of, but I think the older one was like, I don't want to necessarily go all out, especially it's his brother, because isn't that like technically his brother or some shit?
They're boys, I think.
Yeah,
I would have really liked to see his progression a little bit better with Wolverine, because he went from like overnight into like being like, oh, Xavier cared about you, he would have cared about you, and all this stuff. Like he went from he did a complete like 180, but I would have liked to see him maybe by the very end of the movie, which he did have like that morality switch, but like it was like overnight. He was getting wasted by a fire, telling people to leave him alone, and then like trying to be all heartfelt, and that's fine. But I would have liked to see that transition to like a little bit of like a scene or two before that where you could see his character change.
Or like
you
something
know what I mean?
that he didn't do that caused direct harm, and he like could have made a choice, like just something small to like give him a little bit more on the morality compass to point the right way, rather than one conversation with X-23 who he even said that was like, I don't know who the fuck you are, like leave me alone.
That's the thing. It's not even like the old Wolverine had Rogue. This Wolverine, we don't even know how his relation is with Rogue. He saved Rogue at like a child, like she was a child when he saved her.
Even that would have been cool to have like a flashback of like him talking to Rogue, because that was his morality compass for X1 was Rogue. And so
he saved Rogue, and that was like the whole reason why he went back to the compound. He stabbed Rogue, if I'm not mistaken, in the movie. He killed her realistically, and she like used her ability to save herself.
Isn't that a different Logan, or is that the same Logan?
Well, it could have been the
Logan
same.
That died, right?
But it could have been the
hours.
same like
time kind of thing. Like,
because he was in a bar in that first 20th century movie too, wasn't he? There was a bar scene.
Yeah, very
so
similar.
I thought that was that Logan, but I'm not sure. But it, by the way it sounded
that he brought up from the ground was that Logan. Yeah,
is that the same
X-Men.
Logan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. He, if I'm not mistaken, I know it's going to be bad to bring it up, but like, didn't that Logan do like a whole time travel thing, and he fought like a samurai too? Like, isn't that like a whole thing?
No, he just went to Japan.
No. He went to Japan. That was a good movie, actually.
Yeah,
I like that movie
because he lost his regenerative power.
Because I think that's whenever he fights Deadpool
because of
too.
Sword. No, that was
That's a different one.
that was
Is that
Origins.
Origins?
When he fights his brother too.
Oh,
That's when he
okay.
fights his brother with the cut, and they show like they went to war, and they showed like he had the sticks and everything before, or the bone. It was bone marrow.
Bone. Okay.
Yeah, Bone. Before he was Project.
Yeah,
We
I don't
know lore.
That's
We
like
know
my only
lore.
gripe. That was like my only gripe with this movie was like the whole like just weird character switch overnight. I was just like, well, hold on, wait a minute. Like, give me like a little something there.
I'm
but
just glad they brought X-23 back.
Yeah, same.
it's a cool character. I don't know why they haven't expanded on it at all.
Why now? Like
Well,
they
because it's
will.
all in fucking copyright hell. It's been in copyright hell for a while now. And so
Because they were
But
supposed to do a young like Avengers kind of thing for a while, bro. That was their whole, because even with Wanda's whole thing, she had her kids and they were part of the Young Avengers, or like I think they're gonna push the Young Avengers. It's just gonna be who's gonna be in it and like when's it gonna happen.
Well, honestly, at this point, I hope they reboot fucking. And this is what I thought what was going to happen with Deadpool 3 is that they were going to give us all this fun Logan shit, and then they were going to do some multiverse madness and give us a new fucking Logan and reboot the X-Men
We
franchise.
need a reboot for a lot of characters though.
Yeah, dude.
We need
Daniel Radcliffe.
Is Logan or is somebody else?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like give us a new like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
you want a new Wolverine?
period.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? I like Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Well, I do
But
too,
how long
but
does he
like
got though?
at this
Like,
point,
I
I think
know he-
Marvel's
Yeah.
dried up on like they did the next big thing that Marvel can do, depending on how they do with Fantastic Four, but that doesn't have the same star power. The best thing that Marvel could do now is reboot X-Men, and
Start from there.
yeah,
Because now they have, so like you said, Fantastic Four, but now they have RDJ back. That's another like I'm sorry, they're not gonna give him that many movies, and I'm not even saying like
Well,
age wise. I'm just saying like he's done everything now.
Well,
You've
it's-
done Iron Man, you've done the cameos, like what you're gonna ride Doctor Doom in for like 4 movies. He's a villain.
yeah, that's gonna be so fucking gimmicky. Like I'm kind of here for it, but dude, it's so fucking.
It's gonna be the
gimmicky,
Spider-Man thing, man. I'm telling you, they're just building up for the Tom Holland versus
That's a good
RDJ,
point, yeah.
and that's gonna be the. I think if we lose Tom Holland, that's how it's gonna be. I think that would be like him sending off the whole "I'm out of Spider-Man," because you have Andrew Garfield who wants to still do more. He's talked about he wants to do more Spider-Man stuff. Toby said he's open to it, but it's all where are you gonna pinpoint these Spider-Mans? Who is our Spider-Man? People say the Venom one is Andrew Garfield's universe. So like that's the thing too. There's too many, like you said, Muggs. They're all over the place with this, bro. They need to bring it all back
The
to one
multiverse shit
singular
is-
point.
It's fun, but dude, to be honest, like people give that whole thing a kind of a hard time. But dude, read fucking any of the comics, man. Like
It's all over the
there's-
place.
Yeah, dude.
It is all
People
over the
go away
place.
and come back like fucking crazy. Even in DC, dude. Like how many like Spider or Superman has died. Like Batman
Multiple
has
times.
been everything, dude. Like
Nightwing's been Batman. Like they switched the role of Batman so many times. I think Marvel's just done it better with bringing, and Goose said it, bringing back actors to the same role that they've had.
yeah.
Now our boy's returned as Johnny Storm, and he's Captain
Well,
Captain America.
Cable and fucking Thanos. You know?
They've let them come back and say, hey, you can reprise your role, and we're cool with it. And that's, I think, what hits harder for a lot of fans. I think
The
that's
thing
going to
is
destroy
just-
people.
Dude, Robert Downey Jr. is like that was such a big thing for him to die. Like that was crazy,
That was
dude.
the monumental switch for everything.
And it just feels kind of, I don't know. It just feels
Gimmicky.
weird to like bring him back, and it's like,
But are they going to like hide his face, kind of thing? Like, is it going to
yeah.
be like?
Well,
like,
he's behind the
we're not going to
mask,
know
yeah.
Doctor Doom, and then it's going to be one of those things like someone's going to knock off his mask, and we're going to see like Tony. But that's the thing, we've already spoiled it now.
That'll be
I
the
know.
We know it's going to
cliffhanger.
be.
That'll be the cliffhanger of that movie. If
But we-
Spider-Man's involved, they'll
oh,
cliffhang
we'll
it
see
and then
his
make
face.
a second.
Oh,
Yeah, and then make it into a second movie would be
Right.
Tom Holland. You know what I mean? Trying to navigate what they're gonna do moving forward, probably with the Avengers or something, or if maybe somehow that's Deadpool 4 or something like that.
I mean,
I don't think Doom would be involved with Deadpool that quick, though, right? I mean, I don't know the
it has to be
comics that well.
Fantastic Four, and I think it would have to be. And I just hear me out on this. I think Daredevil needs to get involved with Spider-Man, based off of how much they pushed the Tom Holland connection with him.
well, they're
at
all
this
New
point.
York too, because Spider-Man's been in Fantastic Four before, and
Right.
and him and Johnny Storm are good friends, and then Daredevil and Spider-Man have teamed up a ton too because they're all in fucking
And
New York.
X-Men's teamed up with Spider-Man a bunch. He's technically even like an honorary X-Men in the comics and everything.
I think even one universe he got his powers because it's not technically from the spider, it's technically because
He's a mutant.
Yeah.
Listen, we know lore, bro. I mean, listen, we're gonna get back on Deadpool because I know people are probably like, "What the fuck, bro?
Yeah,
You guys talk about everything." But I think Deadpool has anchored all that together because of like the property, the combination with Wolverine. What was one thing that like this movie was perfect? I think, in my opinion, what was one thing you wish they would have done better?
The story in the beginning. I feel like that was just kind of like it was an okay reason for him to like want to have purpose, but the way they did it, like, I'm sorry, dude. He falls in love the first movie. The second movie, he fucking fights till the end of time to fucking bring his girlfriend back. And then the third movie, they give us a fucking 30-second clip of her being like, well, I just wish you had more purpose.
And they wanted to be together anyway.
Yeah,
that's the thing. It wasn't like she wasn't like gonna be with him.
Yeah, so that just felt so disingenuous and was a really shitty part of the story. Like, the writing in this was great as far as dialogue. The plot, especially in the beginning, was kind of
Probably the weakest.
Yeah.
And people get on Thor: Love and Thunder's plot. I feel like their plot at least was like he was going to be a father figure.
That was almost the opposite, where like that plot was good, but the writing and the dialogue was fucking
terrible.
Yeah,
Because the plot made sense to me. I'm sorry, that made sense. Like, what was Thor's next big achievement? He didn't want to be a god. He didn't want to do like his like due diligence with Asgard anymore. He gave that to someone else. Is to be a father. And he got to do that.
Yeah.
Same thing with Logan almost. Logan he had that protection thing. He was protecting. And now we get that at the end of Deadpool. X-23 gets a new Wolverine.
Well, because she was at the dinner table at the very end, too. So
Which
we
makes
know
me
that.
think Gambit comes back. I think Gambit's in. I think we're going to get our Gambit. I guess
I'd
this
be here
means
for it.
Wesley's. I guess Wesley's there now.
I think they're gonna no, because he said too that they're gonna get a new one.
I was only one blade.
Yeah, and he
Only
goes,
one
"What?"
blade.
So I think we'll get a new Blade announced soon. They have already said they were doing a Blade movie, but we haven't gotten much information about it.
I don't think it'll be Wesley, but
I think it should be if you got to reboot Blade, bro. I think you need to, and I know people don't like that. I know Wesley might not like that, but I think you're gonna have to. And I think a team up with Black Panther would be cool. I know. You're welcome, guys. I had to do it. But they need to even do that. Like, Black Panther still is, like, up in the air with a lot of stuff. What I think now it's his sister who's the Black Panther, right?
yeah.
Which could be a young Marvel's kind of take. Like, you can do a lot now. You don't have to put the old heads together, as they say. You have all this new young talent. We don't even talk about young Hawkeye.
Oh, yeah. Because that show was shit.
Exactly. But that's the thing. They tried to get all that rolling together. They tried to show, like, we have the other characters. It's just when are we going to implement them? And I think Secret War is going to be it.
Ironheart, too.
I think they need to just bring in Ryan Reynolds to start doing some of these movies and make them fun.
Because he loves the source material, dude. Like, he loves the comics. Because, dude, the big reason why Deadpool is even a thing is because he fucking hated what happened to Deadpool or Wade Wilson and fucking
the Logan movie, whatever that is. Wolverine's kind of standalone to go for a while.
Yeah, and so he fucking like he needs to be what DCU did for James Gunn. Like, they brought James Gunn over to fucking bring it all together. I wouldn't be mad to see. And they need to stop fucking trying to just make money. Like, they're gonna make money hand over fist regardless, but they might as well fucking do it in a good way.
I think
give people what they want.
That's it. I think the only thing Deadpool left out for me was what's the next step? Like, I think the one thing Marvel, I'm probably just going off of like nostalgia, but I think they used to give us like those, we're going to do this with the cliffhanger. Or this is the, like, you know, like Deadpool gives us the, like what it was, I think Johnny Storm talking trash about the bald-headed chick was like our thing, which was perfect. I loved it. Like, it was like, but he's always done that. He's never given you like this is what we're going to expect for the next film.
Ooh, no. He said Cable was going to be in the second one at the end of the first one.
True. That is true.
He said he hinted because he name dropped Cable at the very end.
I think, didn't they? Well, because I don't know if they had it for you guys when they did the silence your cell phones thing. They talked about Secret Wars, and then in the void when they're fighting, you see a Secret Wars comic on the side. So I know what you're saying, Maddie, 100%. Like, there was, you remember when like Thanos grabbed the glove at the end of I forget which one it was, but he's like, "Fine, I'll do it myself."
Exactly.
Like they're not doing that world building anymore that they used to.
It's just like it's what are we expecting now?
But to be fair, at the end of Marvels, they brought in Beast, so I think they are hinting more towards that they want to do more X-Men stuff. And dude, with
X-Men
this and X-Men '97, this was a year of X-Men, dude. Because
this is what they're gonna have to do. Iron Man's done. The Hulk's done. Like
they've done the Avengers. They've
done that now,
yeah.
And that's why I think Spider-Man's still so prominent, because that's another crossover name that's done so much. Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four has been a staple for many years with comic books. So I just think that's my only thing with Deadpool. But I think this, like you said, he has to be the face now.
Yeah, I think they kind of leave Deadpool stuff up open, probably a little more too, because they got to think of something to do. You know what I mean? And I'm sure with whatever he's going to plan out next, I'm sure it's going to be great, but maybe he just didn't have an idea for what he wanted to tease, you know?
I mean, it leaves everything open. I think Venom ending. I think you could do so much now with other franchises that are kind of at its end.
And I think, you know, you guys said it earlier, is like you can kind of put him anywhere because he is everywhere. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Like, that's like maybe why they don't hint too much with this last one. Because, I mean, he was in the fucking, what is it, the TVA, whatever, what is it called? TVA. He was in the TVA building reviewing, so...
Happy was our universe.
Might be fucking with the TVA in the next one, even. Exactly. You never really know.
I mean, he's been in everything, though. TVA, our timeline, his timeline.
Yeah. But I think also Disney's slowing down, and they announced that they're slowing down, and you can tell, which is good, but they
need to just
they've been putting out too many mid movies, like the new Ant-Man, the Marvels, even though I still like them and I still enjoy them.
Yeah, what's up with the Ant-Man base, bro? We ain't talking about Ant-Man being that. What was up with
why was the Ant-Man in giant form in the Void?
Well,
is there something?
There's a bunch of like redundancy in the Void, right? So like things that have become redundant, and I guess one big thing is
they killed Doctor Strange in the Void, because that's how they got out with the
sling ring. Yeah, but there's a scene in Endgame where Ant-Man is like Giant Man and fighting, but then they switch to another scene where he's in a completely different space. So people have theorized that that's that Giant Man, because he wasn't supposed to be there at that time, because they had him at one place and then another place at the exact same time. So that's the redundant Giant Man.
Technically he was trapped in the not the quantum realm.
Yeah,
he was trapped and we didn't even talk about the quantum realm, how that's even still a whole ordeal in itself that Marvel has at their disposal, because now they have to reset Kang.
They've lost Kang, so yeah. I mean, they need to reset. So and just to go back what you're saying, I definitely get what you're saying. I miss the world building too, but I will forfeit it for them to regroup and get their shit together and give us another good fucking decade of like fun
movies. Because that's I think it's a perfect balance. I think you kind of did everything with Marvel, like you said. Let's go back to X-Men, get them back together, because we were going to talk about the end scenes anyway, but like they showed the old X-Men, bro. They don't have anyone anymore. Hugh is that. That's all they got now is Hugh. And maybe like the new movies people don't want to talk about. The new Fantastic Four is garbage. I'm sorry, Michael B. Jordan. You're better off as Killmonger than you were as the Human Torch.
That was another one. I'm surprised they didn't bring in Killmonger too. He was Johnny.
But they could do so much now, bro. With the multiverse, they could do so much. We already been run over our runtime, bro. But like, what would you rate Deadpool?
9 easily.
9.
9 easily, dude. 9.5. Like I said, that
Some
my
people-
really only big gripe with that movie was just Wolverine's character progression at the end. That's really my only big gripe. And then I guess, the giant Ant-Man thing, but whatever. Like, it's not something for me to gripe about. I'm not that big of a Marvel fan.
I think it was just because things just drop into the void anyway. The void is a displacement of things that weren't supposed to happen. And I think Loki itself, when you see all the variants of Loki there, kind of lets you know, like, we're going to see anything at this point. And that's, I think, where you have to see certain parts of, like, other series to, like, understand that. Because I forgot that in Loki, they didn't even kill the thing. They just controlled it to get to, to get to Kang. So, like, when seeing that again, I'm like, oh, like, that's still, like, going around in the void. The void is still a thing.
Are there multiple voids, or is it just one?
I think it's just one.
One void.
Yeah, they hinted towards, like, they had things that were in that void that were also in the Loki void.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But honestly, anything could end up there, because even with multiple timelines, it could have the same characters, the same look, and all of that. Because like there was even though there was different Lokis in the void, there was also Tom not Tom Holland, Tom
Hiddleston.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with the president one, I run for president Loki.
Yeah. So I mean, having Giant Man or Ant Man in there, as that could have just been.
I mean,
from
they just get
another
pruned and go
timeline.
there. So like, who knows how many timelines were quote unquote pruned or changed? Oh, sorry, my mic. Oh, pruned or changed or whatever the case may be.
Just thrown in there.
Because even I love how Paradox mentioned it. They don't like pruning timelines anymore. We don't like doing that. And I was like, we saw who's in charge or who was the head of the TVAs, the chick from Loki, who was cool with them at the end. So that leads me to believe Loki had to, done something. Because pruning timelines aren't going to change anything from what I see.
Well, and then also with people losing their anchor,
that was deep.
So that could also send people to the void, because then those timelines just disappear. So that would that would send them into the void too.
Damn, I want to. Muggs, I know you. What are you rating this?
A solid 8 or 9. The plot, and again, nobody watches fucking Deadpool for the plot. I think we've just gotten spoiled, especially with 1. That was great plot in 1. So the plot was a bit off, but like I can't rate it lower than an 8, because everything else about it was fucking amazing.
I'm going 10 out of 10, bro, because I'm a big X-Men guy. I loved all the tropes. I love the shots at Fox, because Fox killed my whole franchise, bro. They killed so many good what-ifs. They killed so many.
That fucking scene where they first go to the void in 20th Century Fox's logo is in the ground.
Chef's kiss,
fucking
bro.
Hilarious, bro.
Chef's kiss, bro. That to me was perfect. I wish we would have saw. If I'm not mistaken, Sylvie is still able to be like she's not like dead or anything. I think so. I wish I would have saw maybe some Sylvie kind of action.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Because I think that's like, if you want to say like, is our Loki, because our Loki now is holding everything together. So we could need a new Loki too, realistically, if you want to like go there. Yeah. And I think it would have been cool to see Sylvie. I don't think it would have just been cool to see anyone now at this point. They gave us Johnny Storm. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
Now that you guys brought up fucking Ghost Rider, dude, that would have been such a fucking cool. But he's doing a fucking
hilarious.
He's doing a fucking Spider-Man noir too, though.
Oh, he is Spider-Man. See, that's the thing. They play so many roles that they can just like appear in anything at this point.
What the hell is that?
When
the black and white Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
Have you remember?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he was the voice of that, but now they're doing a live action Spider-Man noir.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, with Johnny Cage.
Or hear me out on this.
Nicolas Cage.
I know it might be kind of weird. We're gonna get out of here. We need to bring my man Nick from New Girl to Spider-Man live action, bro. Who voiced in Miles Morales?
Oh, dude, he was so fucking good as
bro.
Peter,
He is
Peter
hilarious,
Parker.
bro.
Dude, I think he would be a great addition to, especially the Secret Wars, because that's
just like a chill kind. I don't even do anything crazy. Just like, hey, relax there. So it's just like, I would love to see that.
He would be the perfect one to go with fucking a Deadpool team up. That would be the Spider-Man I would want to see with Deadpool.
Yeah.
Is
Nick. You do anything? I do a lot. I do a lot. I can just
I've
see
been
the
doing
combination.
push-ups, getting fit. Like, dude,
With the sweats on, with the suit though, like
perfect, man. So good.
Yeah, that would be good.
I just ate yesterday. I'm telling. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what we need, bro. Goose, we miss you. We love you. Of course, this episode is probably gonna be the longest episode we do because we're Marvel nerds. But please follow
Mondays,
him. You guys are.
Mondays.
Listen, Marvel Mondays are happening. All right. If Marvel keeps doing this,
just one and done. Anytime a Deadpool movie comes out, I'll come back for this.
What about Guardians?
So you got
Guardians too. Guardians is done.
No, they're doing a Peter part. They're doing a Peter movie. Peter
and
Quill.
I think Rocket Raccoon is still like the leader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they might do a Rocket movie too.
And Nebula gang. And we still got to know
Is that going to be a Guardians movie or is that standalone?
I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy is its own like kind of like entity, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Like Guardians
but I want to see the full crew together. If I don't see the full crew, I ain't watching it.
The crew's
I think
changed every
Batista's
time.
done. I think Batista's done though.
He's done. Yeah,
I think he said that he was walking away.
That's why he was wearing a sweater, dude. I'll fucking go on forever, but that's why he wasn't wearing or why he wasn't shirtless in the last one because he doesn't want to bulk up anymore. He's done with that shit.
He's done, bro. I remember him talking about that. But please follow at Grandfather Goose. We love you, Steve. Where can people find you at, bro?
They can find me at XXL_new-type.
Ooh, I like that. Muggs, where can people locate your location?
You can find me in the fucking void, chilling with fucking prune variants all day, every day, dude. And you can find me at Mean Mug Gumpla. And if you ever want to fucking talk Marvel, I'll fucking do it all fucking day, dude. Marvel Mondays.
We're gonna push Marvel Mondays. Me and Muggs love Marvel. You can also find me at Gump Lagoon, where Honda Odysseys fuck. Cause that's all they do, bro. Fucking love those things. And it feels like I got hit by a Jeep. That was a good one. Or a Kia? No, I got hit by a Kia. That's what it was. Bro dissed so many companies. I love it. But follow us at Gunpla and the Goonies and let us know if you want to hear more movie reviews. Because we might do the Alien Romulus one. You never know.
Also,
we're doing the Alien Romulus.
Check out our storefront too.
Oh yeah, we got a storefront now.
Yep, at TeePublic.
Cool Goonies merch.
We'll have our link in bio.
Get our teas, just like off Charlotte. We love you. And without further ado, the Goonies are going to bid you adieu. And Deadpool, 10 out of 10, we recommend.
Ooh.
Ooh.